We have three superb botanic gardens here in Adelaide. We're all familiar, I'm sure, with the one on North Terrace. A few weeks ago, we visited the beautiful Mount Lofty Botanic Garden. But I'm wondering how many of you have visited this wonderful place, Wittunga, here at Blackwood.
It's 14 hectares with a wonderful story to tell, a bequest to the state from a man named Edwin Ashby back in the 1960s. Edwin created a formal garden here, but he also had a passion for South African plants, things like protea, erica and leucadendron.
This is a beautiful garden that you can visit any time of the year. There's always something happening. But I'm getting the sense today while walking around that over the next few weeks, this whole garden is going to burst into a riot of colour.
Now, we've just released the new SA Gardens magazine for spring and summer. Inside, you'll find everything you need to know to get the best from your South Australian garden during the coming months. I've also included a bit of a wrap-up of our local botanic gardens because I just want to remind everyone how wonderful these natural treasures really are. Wittunga is a wonderful place for a picnic or just to wander around, and it's only a short drive from the city. Now, speaking of wandering around gardens, why not take a stroll around your garden? Look for dead plants, dead branches, and really clean it out, and then you can replant new shrubs, trees and ground covers. Stake up any winter damaged plants, and while you're looking around, give everything a bit of a feed, particularly pot plants and bulbs.
Now, if you've got a hedge, especially a box hedge, this is the most critical job you can do for the whole year. Feed them with dynamic lifter and really build it on.
You might remember last year many gardeners were encountering citrus gall. It's really beginning to become a problem here in South Australia. So if you've got citrus plants in your garden, look for little bulges in the branches, and that's where the bugs are. So if you see them, cut them off straight away.
Well, what do you plant in the month of September? Well, pretty well everything you see in a nursery, including all those beautiful seedlings and packets of seeds. Now, just before I go, you know when you go out and buy a beautiful stick of South Australian celery, you cut the end off and you generally, well, you might make a soup out of it or put it in the compost bin. I put my ends in a bit of potting mix, and in a few weeks' time, it starts to grow great for the kids to try out. But what I use it for is when I'm making a spaghetti bolognese, I snip some of that off and put it in the mix.